Y'all know what it is. It's that kids and wives and 9 to 5s, but we are married to the games. 030. That's what I'm talking about. Je m'appelle Gabe Patillo, along with Timothy Hall and Tim Rauter.
Oui, monsieur.
Je suis heureux de faire votre connaissance.
Oh, listen to you.
Oh.
Somebody was the teacher's pet.
Somebody took French for 4 years.
Is it like French week? We're married to the games right now. Is that the deal? Should we all have like croissants and stuff?
Yeah. Some pastries.
Funny story. I got a call from a guy from France this week at work, and I was about to bust some out, and I was like, I can't do that, because once you pull out French to a French person, they go nuts on you because they're like, oh yes.
Yep.
I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you restrained.
Yes, I had to.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
Nice touch on the intro, Gabe. I like that.
Yes. Oh, we try to keep it fresh up in here. Thank you.
Bring some culture to Married to the Games.
Our show has progressed. Now we talk about wee-wees in the intro. So, yeah.
It's what me and Rauter are dealing with all week anyway.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Anyway, we're so happy that you guys are here. Thanks for listening. We're feeling crazy and punch drunk this morning. Rauter.
Sir.
How was your week
I think it just can be described as, ugh. It's been kind of a bad week. Poor Piper got ill over the weekend.
Oh, that's right.
She spiked a fever of like 102 at one point, and then and then like in the middle of the night, Lauren went to just check on her, and she ended up throwing up. But that was it. That was Friday morning. So we took her to the doctor. They couldn't really tell what it was. It's definitely a virus because she has a fever. It's not teething or anything like that, because a high fever like that indicates some sort of a virus. So they said, you know what, just make sure that she has fluids and monitor her over the weekend, and then if the fever doesn't go away on Monday, come back and see us. So we were checking her, and the poor thing, she was really, you could tell she was just kind of a little bit miserable. However, she was still kind of her playful self at times, but she didn't throw up anymore. But holy cow, what came out of that diaper was unleashed the gates of hell. It was unbelievable, the poor thing. And you could tell, and when she did it, you could just tell, and it sounded awful coming out, and it looked awful cleaning it up. And so we had to do several wardrobe changes during the time, but that's all it was just fever and explosiveness, and thank God there wasn't any more vomiting or anything like that. So bottom line, she had a virus, took her to the doctor on Monday, and she seems to be fine now. So everything's good there. But I probably had the worst Monday of my life.
No.
It was horrible.
Mondays are already bad.
I know, right? So it started off great because, hey, I started my first round of shots this week.
Yay.
And guess what? It's not one, it's not two. I had 5 shots.
Whoa.
That's how allergic I am to the world. I had 5 shots, 3 in one arm and 2 in the other.
Oh,
whoa.
no.
So I am my own new superhero. I am called Pollen Boy from here on out.
Oh, my gosh.
5,
nice.
dude. I couldn't believe it. I saw these 5 needles. I'm like, whoa, is that for me? She's like, yep.
The first needle was so you wouldn't be allergic to the rest of the needles?
Right, exactly. So,
did you get spider sense?
Yeah, right? I should. I feel like climbing walls now.
Spider sense.
That's
Spidey
good.
sense.
Router sense.
That's funny.
Right. So it started off okay. Went to the early morning, went to the to my allergist, got my shots, feeling good, whatever. I had to go to the Social Security office, which was fun too, because I needed a new Social Security card. So waited there for like an hour, come back, and pick up Lauren and Piper, and we're ready to go to the store. And Lauren's like, I'm not feeling well at all. So I'm like, how bad? She's like, let's go to the walk-in clinic. So we went into our doctor's walk-in clinic, and she's got a bug of some sort. So they gave her some medication, because our clinic also has a dispensary for prescriptions and stuff right there. So they can fill prescriptions and give you pills right there. So she takes the pill in the car in the parking lot. By the time we got to 65, she was throwing up. So she had an allergic reaction to the medication. And
you are kidding.
So Piper's in the back. She's okay. She still has a little fever. Poor Lauren's like, thank God I had some doggy bags from the pregnant days in the glove compartment, so she was able to grab something.
Oh no!
So I end up taking them both back. Piper goes down for a nap. I put Lauren to bed, and guess who has an allergy attack? Coincidentally, on the same day that he gets his shots. My face swelled. I started wheezing. My nose started dripping. And I had to take Piper to the doctor's later on that day at 4:30 because Lauren was out. She was done. She was laid out. So what's the irony of this is that I get my shots in the morning and then I have an allergy attack. They're not related though. I called the allergist and they're like, no, you would have had a reaction to your shots 30 minutes afterwards probably. So she said in Tennessee right now the pollen count is like astronomically high right now. And so my body just couldn't take it. So here I am driving to the pediatrician's with 2 Kleenexes up. I have a Kleenex up each nostril, just freaking miserable.
Oh my gosh!
I could not wait for the day to end. So go to the pediatrician. You know, I apologize. I said, look, I have an allergy attack, and the pediatrician's like, yeah, you do. So I was like, So finally, we all come back home. You know, we feed Piper, bathe her, whatever, and then by 9 o'clock we went to bed. It was just like, forget this day, we're done with it, and we went to bed. And I felt like such an old geezer going to bed at 9, but holy crap, it was the best sleep ever.
I bet.
So Monday's in the books, thank God. No more allergy attacks. I feel good. Lauren's on the mend. Piper's nice and back to her normal crazy self. So that was my week so far.
You're on the upswing.
Yeah, we're all on the upswing. I'm sounding better. I'm not as nasal today, so I feel good. The shots don't take that. They're not that quick. It's a very gradual process, but at least I'm feeling good today. So I'm ready to take on the world. And what I'm playing finally, I finished. Let's get to the important stuff. Screw everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I
forget all this throwing up in the car business.
Yeah, right. I finished Spec Ops: The Line over the weekend. Which
Sweet.
I think is just a great game. It was a very surprising game for me. I really enjoyed it. I mean, you have your typical shooters, and you're like, yeah, it's the same old, U.S. Army, Delta Force kind of a thing. But there's a really great underlying story to it. And if you were able to download it for FREE on PlayStation Plus last month, I strongly recommend you play it. It's short. It's not that it won't take you that long, and it's really cool. I really dig it.
And the voice acting was really good.
Yeah, it was really.
I thought
really
there's a grip of swearing, but
of course, it's Delta Force. Of course, they're going to swear like that.
Exactly.
So
the voice acting was great.
So yeah, and I saw it in Target too for like $12.99. Totally worth it. I would say grab it. So now, Mr. Patillo let me borrow a couple games, and one of them was Sleeping Dogs. I had to put that in. So I'm playing Sleeping Dogs, and I'm really digging it so far. Yeah, it's really great.
Man, that's cool. I'm glad it's going to be free on PS Plus soon.
Oh, that's right. Because isn't it for Europe?
It's probably like for Europe, but it's only a matter of time.
Oh, I hope so. That would be amazing.
You think this quick?
This quick? Isn't that game like over a year old?
No, it came out in September, I think. It was in the fall, I thought.
Really?
Yeah, it was in the fall.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, so give it its year mark, and then I bet it'll probably be free.
Right.
But if it is
the anniversary of the year, I want it for free.
There you go.
You can get it for free from me.
Yeah, that's right. Once I'm done, well, he's got to pry it out of my fingers first.
Yeah, I gotta wait for Tim, and then Gabe and I gotta meet at Cool Springs.
That's right.
Had the halfway point.
Yeah.
Well,
hey man, I got to go there to visit Best Buy, so it works.
Exactly.
That's right.
Router, I'm glad that you're gonna make it.
Yeah, I will make it. We will prevail.
Yeah, that sounds pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
Timothy Hall.
Yes, sir.
How was it looking for you this week?
Plenty of work, but the weekend was awesome. So we got out in the entire weekend and did stuff. So
it was beautiful outside.
Yeah, it was great.
I know.
Gracious.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
I think spring has sprung in Tennessee right now.
Yeah. And, well, I did tell Krista while we were out, I was like, well, watch, next week it'll be 40 degrees.
Yep.
Yeah, or something crazy.
That's Nashville. So, yeah.
Yep. Other than that, got a little game time in with BioShock.
First one, right?
BioShock Vanilla, yes. Man, it's a lot of fun.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. Milli Vanilli. I'm lip syncing this entire podcast.
Exactly.
Girl, you know it.
So BioShock 1.
Yeah, man, still really enjoying it. I think the thing about that game, and I think I have this problem with a lot of games, you got to get over
the hump.
Yeah, the first couple of hours, and then it's really fun. So, in that game in particular, it's so much different than most games, and it's still to this day, I guess it's still so ahead of its time. Really, it feels like. But yeah, those controls, whew.
They're rough.
Yeah, I remember you tweeted you were kind of skeptical at the start. I'm like, man, these controls feel weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I wasn't skeptical necessarily about the quality of the game. Cause I knew the game was going to be good. It's just...
No, I meant the gameplay. You were just like...
Yeah, whether or not it holds up, you know, because obviously over time, like I can't play... It's hard for me to play anything in the PS2 generation because a lot of the stuff they were doing with those games was like predecessors to how they would control in the PS3 generation. So... You know, but playing anything before that, you know, they weren't trying to do those things like dual stick controls and all that stuff. So, you know, PS1 and before, it's a lot easier to play those games. Let's see.
So, did you finish BioShock yet?
No, I haven't. I think I'm probably halfway through because I've got a lot of the upgrades by now, and I bet I'm halfway through now. But the story is pretty interesting. So.
Everyone,
dang it! I'm gonna have to go back and play that thing, man.
I know.
Shoot.
Yeah, I mean, and I can see what people are saying by like it's not really something that you have to play before playing Infinite. So you could feasibly go straight to Infinite. It looks like, but it is neat to get a little bit of that backstory and kind of how to understand how the powers work and all that stuff. So
of course, yeah.
And everyone's saying Infinite's like game of the year so far. I know.
Yeah.
We got so many followers who are just loving that game, so that's awesome. I'm glad they're all playing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested to see it after after I finish up BioShock 1. I think I'll move on to 2 just because we all got it for free.
Yep.
Yeah.
But after that, maybe I'll pick up Infinite, and by then it'd probably be $30 anyway.
Yeah, so I'm right there with you, brother. Right there with you. I don't think I'd pay full retail right now, just because I've got other stuff I want to play.
I haven't paid full retail. Well, I mean, I paid full retail for Tomb Raider, but that's because we got the $20 promo. That was it. Man, other than that, not really much going on. We went, did some garage selling over the weekend and went to the flea market down in Nolensville.
Oh, cool.
And saw some game stuff, so
really?
Almost picked up a few. Yeah, I was going to say they got... For some reason, at that flea market down there, they've got a ton of retro stuff.
Really?
It's just, yeah, it's really a big selection. The reason I'm kind of gearing up my retro collection is because of that Retron 5 that's coming out. Have you guys heard about that?
Yeah, we talked about it on the show.
Oh, yeah, we did. I forgot.
I told you about it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I brought it up. No, I'm not saying that. That was the first time you had heard of it. You had already heard of it. I'm just...
Man, I should have picked it up. I saw Ken Griffey Baseball for Super Nintendo. Did you ever play that game?
But I remember it.
It's basically the best baseball game
ever.
It has to be the original.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome.
Nice.
The only thing was they didn't have the license, so nobody's name is right.
Except Ken Griffey's.
Yeah, of course. And he's, every time he hits the ball, it's a home run. So.
That's awesome. Exactly. They didn't have the license. I'm surprised they got Ken Griffin. It would have been like Ken Griffith.
Exactly.
Well, I think they got the license to Ken Griffey, basically, because he appears on the game. I mean,
yeah, of course.
The one thing they let you do though was this is hilarious. We're talking about an old game on the show, but the one thing that they let you do was change the name. So I would always pick the Reds and then change all the names to what the guys' current names were. So.
Yeah, that was probably the point. They're like, we can't do this, but y'all can do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice. Go ahead.
Hey, I meant to ask you, have you played any Gears of War?
Oh man, I meant to go rent the new one, but I have my brother-in-law's coming down in I think a week or two, so I was just gonna ask them to bring it.
I knew you said that he had it. I didn't know if he was coming down this past week or not. Yeah, I'm
they're coming
curious.
down soon. I can't remember exactly.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of what because I asked my brother-in-law about it. He said, the multiplayer is not as good as 3, and
I've
he
heard
said
that too.
Yeah, he said the campaign's a bit different, but he said it's still, the campaign's still really good. Just the multiplayer is not as good as 3. So, but I am interested to play the multiplayer. That's a fun game to play multiplayer on.
Yeah, it really is. They were showing that they had it at E3, and it was only multiplayer, like so they could shuffle in a bunch of people and then get them out of there.
That's awesome. All right, Mr. Patillo, you're here. We don't have to talk about Winter Jam anymore.
I know. I was here this weekend.
Your first week back at the ranch?
It was awesome.
Good.
Anyway,
Gabe has a ranch?
Yeah.
Right.
You didn't know I had a ranch? I have horses and everything.
Sweet.
I'm just kidding. I don't.
Ah, man.
He's the leading producer of ranch dressing here in Nashville.
I was going to say, is it like Skywalker Ranch? It's Patillo Ranch?
Exactly.
Oh, that's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it does have a nice ring to it.
Except nobody's shutting me down.
That's right.
R.I.P. LucasArts.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later. That was like one of the only stories I had. So
that was like a kick to the stomach. Anyway.
Yeah, thanks for ruining it.
Way to go.
Sorry. You guys brought it up, not me. I had to take a swing at it.
I just was mentioning ranch dressing. Let's go.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Somebody said Skywalker Ranch. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
No, weekend was good. Our boy Ed Placencia was in town.
Ed, sorry I missed you.
Oh, you don't care, Rauter. You don't care.
Oh, whatever.
No, but it was a good time. Yeah,
no, I'm sorry I missed Ed. I wish we all could have hung out.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Me too. Shoot. Yeah, we were gonna come see Rauter, but Piper was sick, so we didn't get to work that out. But it was a good week. Good hanging out with him. It was awesome. He brought some games up. Him and his wife came and stayed at the house and brought some Wii games. So we kind of took it back to the day. And I kind of re-fell in love with the Wii a little bit. Like, it was kind of cool, like, playing with him and his wife, and we played a bunch of Mario Kart.
Oh, love that game. I miss that game.
I mean, that game is just good.
It's a good game.
You can play that anywhere, anytime.
I'm saying.
Don't play online. You'll get owned.
Oh, yeah.
No, man, I tear people up online.
Dude, Gabe does.
Okay, maybe I accidentally play online with Gabe.
Don't play online with Gabe. He'll beat you every time.
Me and my wife, that's the only thing we would do was play online. Like,
that's cool.
I mean, anyway, so it was just so much fun, and they're just sweet people, and so it was just awesome. And he brought Punch Out, which I actually have always wanted to play for the Wii, and I think forgot to get it, kind of thing. And that game was good too. I love the way it looked. The animation was great. The characters are hilarious. The voice acting's good. And the
controls were good?
Except for Coach or your trainer, whatever the guy in your corner is. I thought his voice acting was awful. Oh my God.
Does it still do the thing when you get to that that stopping point where it's like he's riding on the bike and then
yeah, they do a throwback. They do a whole
yes.
Like when you're changing weight classes.
Yeah, that's right.
It does this whole flurry of like him working out, and then it ends with with your coach on the bike, and you're running
pink
behind it in the pink jumpsuit with the hoodie on, with the Statue of Liberty in the back. It was
That's
awesome.
That's awesome.
They have to do that. If they wouldn't have done that, they would have made a huge mistake.
Do they then give you like a passcode that you can enter or something?
Exactly.
I don't think the original game did that, but
I think it did because that was the only way you could save.
Yeah, I really can't remember.
That game was awesome.
Yes, it was.
So that was awesome. Beat Punch Out because it's his, so he was going to take it back. So I was like, stayed up till like 2 a.m. and I was like, I'm beating this crap. It's hard, but it's good. It's good. But they have 2 different control schemes. I think you can either like hold the nunchuck and swing, or you could kind of play classic style. I opted for classic style because
Amen.
Come on, it's 2 a.m. playing Punch-Out. I'm not trying to sweat. Trying to play Punch-Out.
It's like a pool of sweat on the floor next to Gabe.
Exactly. They're like, what's going on up here? I'm like, leave me alone.
I'm just playing Punch-Out.
Exactly. And then started Far Cry 3.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Hallelujah. And?
Loving it.
Yes.
It's funny, though.
Cool.
I ran into a glitch. I was doing one of the wanted dead things where you go and have to kill somebody with your knife.
Yes.
And so my thing when I first started out the game was like, throw a rock, run in there, knife the guy, run out, right?
Nice.
And so I was doing that, and I rounded the corner and didn't realize there was like 4 guys there. And I was like, shoot! So I knifed the guy. I'm jumping and zigzagging like I'm back in Counter-Strike, like that matters to the computer.
That's awesome.
And get tore up and I die. And then so it brings me back to life, but the area went away. So in Far Cry 3, when you do a bounty on somebody, you get it, and then you go to the destination, and then it gives you this pool of yellow, and then you just know that they're in there somewhere on your mini map. Well, that went away, and the little yellow dot went away. So I was like, am I supposed to be doing something else? So I just went around liberating a bunch of forts and doing a bunch of radio towers, and I was like, man, something's not right. And so I hit start, and it was abandoned mission, and I was like, what mission? There's no yellow thing. So it was a weird glitch that in the game, but I just abandoned the mission, and then everything came back together, and we're moving forward. So now I have a bunch of liberated forts that probably I wasn't supposed to liberate yet. But
no, but that's fine though. That's
all
all I did half the time was forts and radio towers. It's just fun. Because I would go in and try and figure out different stealth ways to kill these guys, and then plus you also get fast travel on your map
fast
too,
travel all over the place. Yeah,
so because that map
nice.
is huge.
Yeah, and then the only other thing that was exciting was I don't remember, a couple weeks ago we talked about on the podcast if there was a way to play your PlayStation and stuff like that through headphones. And so I did a little research, and they don't have Bluetooth headphones with all the sound for the PlayStation. However, PlayStation did put out, I guess a while ago, some headphones of its own that are through I don't know, it's 2.4 gigahertz, kind of like your cordless phones in the house.
Right.
And so it comes with a little dongle and a headset, and you can put it in the USB stick. You put it in the USB, and all in-game sound goes through your headset. And so I bought it because I talked to a guy at Target about it, and they're awesome.
Really? Because you were telling me about that too, weren't you?
Yeah, and I'm wearing them right now, and they're great.
Wow.
And there's so many options to it. Trying not to take too long on this, but it is a gaming thing at least. But so they're wireless, go into your PS3. So, the dongle makes it wireless. All sound goes through it. And it's got a hidden microphone in it because it's the Pulse Elite wireless stereo headsets. So there's Pulse that's regular, and it's got a little boom mic that you can talk into if you're, multiplayering it up. But these don't. It's got a little noise canceling microphone in there. It's over the ear, so it's really it feels really, just in the headset. And it's got a virtual surround sound.
Oh Lord, that's gotta sound good.
Dude, it actually does. I was this is probably gonna sound booty because, I got regular surround sound in there. So it's it's not gonna feel like that. It does really feel immersive though. I remember putting it on, and I was switching back and forth between just regular stereo and the VSS, the virtual surround sound. Dude, it sounds crazy, especially playing Far Cry. And you could hear, I literally felt like I could hear one of the tigers to my right and behind me.
What?
And I turn around,
cool.
and he's standing right there. And I was like, oh, snap, awesome. I need to run because those things are hard to beat.
But, either kill or run, brother.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, they're awesome. And then on the dongle, it's got a 3.5 millimeter jack. So check this out. So let's say I have the USB stick plugged into, I have a USB outlet in my kitchen. So let's say I have it plugged in there. Then it comes with a little headphone jack where I can plug one end into my phone and one end into the dongle. and then I can wear the headset and still be wireless around the house listening to music.
What?
I know. It's very
That's
cool. And then I can...
Well, I was going to say, so you can plug it into any USB port and do that?
Well, yeah, you can plug it into PCs, Macs, PS3s, and the sound will go to the headset. But the little jack turns whatever you can plug the other end into a wireless headset.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got it.
As long as you have USB power. Anyway, it's dope, and I'm really impressed. And then I tried it, like calling Jenny on it, because it's got a mic, and it sounds really good.
Wow.
She's like, wow, Gabe in surround sound.
Yeah, seriously. But like, I was just really impressed how all around these things are.
That's really awesome. Cool.
Sorry to go on a rant.
No. Here's a question. Did you find yourself like keeping one ear open in case you had to like get Amara or anything like that? That would be my greatest fear. Is like I'd be so immersed in it that Lauren would probably be calling me, and I wouldn't be able to hear it.
I mean, you're not going to hear somebody talking to you.
Yeah.
And Jenny was in the room when I was trying them out, and I would just happen to look over, and her mouth would be moving. And I was like, "Oh, sorry, babe, what's that?"
She's like, "Gabe, are you listening to me?"
Yeah. But we have the little camera set up in Amara's room, and so I can look at it on my iPad. So that's what I did was I set up my iPad.
Fancy!
Because you are dead to the world.
Those definitely,
dude. You really should.
Because that was my one concern, though. Is like if I put these on, I will not hear the world around me, and knowing me, I will miss something. But
yeah, I put my phone on vibrate under my leg, and my baby monitor set up.
Nice. Okay.
That was me being a dad.
Sold.
Dad in 2013.
That's right. Sold. That sounds great, man. I'll have to pick them up.
Yes. So that's me, Rauter.
Sir,
give it to us.
We got squat for releases this week.
What?
Like pretty much absolutely nothing really going on. There's
Squat came out?
Squat, yeah. Squat for all platforms came out. No, it's kind of interesting. We're in this weird phase now where like there's only a few games coming out.
Trickling out.
Yeah, that are really going to matter to a lot of people. And right now we're just kind of in this limbo. So everybody's still playing BioShock Infinite or whatever they need to, and so yeah, there's nothing really to speak of. But top selling games for the past week, ending in March 30th, of course, BioShock Infinite for Xbox 360 came in with 458,000 units. So that's pretty huge. Wow. Here's an interesting one though. At number 2, was Luigi's Mansion: Dark Moon for 3DS.
Really?
So it's weird. It's split. I thought for sure BioShock would be 1 and 2, Xbox 360, PS3, but Luigi's Mansion squeezed in there at number 2 with 320,000 units sold, and then BioShock Infinite for PS3 did 219. So that's pretty interesting.
Crazy.
Way to go, Luigi.
Yeah.
And then BioShock would have taken 1, 2, and 3 spots: Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. But Luigi squeezed in at number 2, and now PS3 Infinite is number 3, and PC version of Infinite is number 4. And then Gears of War held in at number 5. They did 95,000 units versus the 549,000 they did the week before. But that's still great. I mean, they're still in the top 10. That's awesome. And God of War hung in there as well at number 7 with 49,000 units. And Army of Two, I was really surprised. I thought for sure it would drop off. They held in at number 8 with 38,000 units.
There you go.
So, I'm sorry. No, that was the week that they were released anyway. So they came in at number 8. I'm sorry. My mistake, because they were released the same day as BioShock Infinite, which was suicide. But they,
that was a mistake.
Yeah, but they held their own, and they did 38,000 units and stayed in the top 10 and debuted in the top 10. So good for them.
There you have it. Hall.
Yes, sir.
Do it to it.
Let's talk about LucasArts getting closed.
Wah, wah.
Now,
that's so sad.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, this story kind of surprised me too, because they made a lot of their most popular games like back on the PC, but they still weren't making bad games. Like every game a lot of games that they released, I mean, I at least tried out I picked up like a couple of the recent Star Wars ones, but it's just really sad to see them go because they've been around for so long. And like I said, like LucasArts, they had like a almost a certain quality to their games. I mean, how do you guys feel?
I was actually really excited for 1313 coming out.
Oh yes,
because that
yeah,
looked,
what the heck?
That looked stinking amazing. I was like, okay, I may actually start getting into Star Wars games, and I never really had in the past. Just I don't know why. I just never got into them. But this one, I was like, okay, this looks pretty stinking cool. And now that's like shelved. I'm sure somebody's got to come and pick it up or do something because they hyped it up at E3 last year and there was all kinds of buzz about it and people were talking about it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, they haven't had like a hit game in a while though, right?
Well, Force Unleashed 2 was kind of a disappointment to people. I think just because it was so short.
Is that what it was? Because I played the demo, and as an outside guy, I was like, "This is really fun."
Yeah, no. Like I played the demo of that game. I mean, I played through a lot of the first one, but I played the demo of 2, and it just felt like 1 with improvements, which is a good thing. I mean, 1 was fun.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I mean, I remember when they released the first Force Unleashed, there was a lot of buzz around that because the stormtroopers, reacted very naturally. Mm-hmm. Like a guy would be hanging from a ledge and then you would throw another guy at him and they would try to grab each other's hand and stuff. Like, it was really cool, like the physics of the game, and it was just ahead of its, like, I don't want to say ahead of its time. It was the right time for that kind of interaction with AI. It was really cool.
Sure.
But, yeah, after that, I'm not really sure much what they did.
After that, especially. Yeah, my thing was like, why kill the whole thing? You know what I'm saying? As a PC guy growing up, they had all kind of game, like adventure games and stuff like that when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Like the Monkey Island series and stuff like that. Like
they were always good games.
Yeah, man, they were always good games. So I'm like, I wonder, did they feel like the brand was that dead that they need to, kill the whole thing?
There's got to be something up their sleeves. They can't just annihilate something like that so quickly. There's got to be something, because here's the other thing. If somebody does pick up some of these titles or any of the IPs that are still available, like, you're not going to have the same Star Wars-esque sounds of guns and lightsabers and all that, like, because
they're gonna have to license everything.
They're gonna have to license everything, and maybe that's their plot, is just they'll make their money in the licensing versus the actual development of it. But I can't imagine that just cutting all ties and then killing something that had, and I'm thinking specifically of 1313, killing something that had some potential and that actually had some awareness and buzz about it,
Right.
Because that could be a moneymaker for them. So why would you kill it? So I don't know. I do not think we will hear the last of it. I think it might get rolled into something, or I don't know. But it just seems a little weird to me that they would just sever it.
It would have. I think personally, it would have been smart for them to keep the brand, maybe keep the staff on a little longer. But I mean, essentially keep a core group and then just hire. Outsource right? Some of the work, because a lot of developers outsource now.
And who wouldn't want to like think of you as either an upcoming developer? Who wouldn't want to work for LucasArts for like some sort of a Star Wars?
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be all over that. I'd be like, sure.
You kidding me?
I think we'll see somebody grabbing at that license right away. Whether it's Activision to go ahead and pick somebody to develop something, or EA, somebody will grab at that.
I was thinking Activision too. That seemed pretty interesting. Could you imagine if Naughty Dog picked it up?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be amazing. I would buy any and all titles.
It just makes me so sad. Like, I don't know. They've weathered the storms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've been around making video games for a long, long time.
Well, and they had a lot of guys with, who had a lot of technique built up. A lot of guys who had been there in the early stages of just LucasArts developing games in general. So there was a lot of talent there, and it's kind of sad to see that happen. But I'm sure that everybody will land on their feet.
I hope so. Our thoughts definitely go out to everybody. That's just not fun at all.
Jeez Louise. Gracious.
Yeah, it's just
LucasArts.
It's interesting, man. Like, we're hearing all these things of all these developers and things that we've grown up with, and it's just, is it because the market's so saturated and so competitive that like they're considered old dogs and they die out? I mean, I don't get it. It just seems weird.
Well, I think it's just because development has completely changed. In the old days, you'd have, a very small team working on a game, and the costs were low,
manageable.
Whereas now a game is just a full-on multimedia production. I just think Disney's not in the interest of funding giant projects like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're making a stink out of their whole Infinity thing that they're doing, which is like that Skylander series with the.
Yeah, because they know it's going to print money.
Well, sure, and it caters to a younger audience, which I guess they're targeting as, their moneymakers. I mean, it's Disney. Of course, they're going to target to that.
Yeah, and I mean, they have, they did that thing with Black Rock Studios, Split Second, I believe it was, the game.
Yep.
I mean, I played through a lot of that, and that game was really good. I guess it just didn't sell that well, so they shut the studio down.
Man.
Great.
So weird.
So I just think they've been burned by the gaming industry, and they used to license out all their properties, and those games did well. I mean, they're bringing back DuckTales, for crying out loud.
I know, right?
Seriously.
They're probably thinking like, "Oh, this is way better. Let's just license out this old stuff, and people love it."
That's funny.
I will say this, in the sadness of this all, I am still kind of excited for what's to come because we have next-gen consoles. I think we're going to see some pretty amazing things happen, and I think we're going to see some either new developers or maybe some existing developers that were kind of under the radar maybe stand out because of the fact that next-gen consoles are, well, so far with the PS4, we haven't heard from Microsoft yet, but PS4, the buzz is that it's very developer-friendly. And so as much as this stuff is happening now, maybe it's just a restructure in the industry, maybe it's a correction in the industry, and maybe with these next gen consoles we're going to see some pretty outstanding stuff and people really coming through.
I think a lot of people are holding on to their cards to see what happens with the next gen, because obviously when the next gen comes out, that's, even though like a lot of PS3s and Xbox 360s are already in people's homes, next gen is what's going to get people excited, and people are going to go out and get consoles again. I mean, for a bad economy, people still seem to have the scratch and the need to buy consoles, so people will buy it. So
yeah, because they need some form of entertainment. I mean, that's why movies still do very well in recessions, just because people want to get away and they want to just kind of go to a different place, and video games allow that as well. So it makes
more so in a bad economy, they want to go to a different place. So.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Speaking of a different place, did you guys see The Last of Us Wasteland Beautiful video that came out?
Yes, and I will be posting that on. I'll be posting that one, and they did another one. I think a couple weeks ago or something like that. So I'm gonna find those and I will post those on the site because it looks stinking great.
You've got to see it. It's called Wasteland Beautiful, and it's kind of like they show a little bit of the game, but it's more behind the scenes video that Machinima did, and they're interviewing the designers, the directors, the lighting artists, the graphic programmers.
That is cool.
Yeah,
anybody in the sound department?
Yeah. I think there was. They interviewed one of them.
I don't think there was a sound department.
No, there wasn't.
I'm just kidding. I don't remember.
Nobody cares about audio.
I saw a huge mixing board behind some dude. So yeah, I'll put it up there.
It was probably the composer or something.
Hall.
He was the audio director, I believe.
It was dope.
That's awesome. He's actually, I think he's on my LinkedIn.
Oh, sweet.
I had a lot of LucasArts guys on my LinkedIn, so I wonder, I might have to check on those guys and see where they're ending up.
That's really cool.
I don't even know what that is, but I know I get invited to it every other day.
And I never use it. I should, but I never use it.
It's pretty good for business to business, professional contacts and stuff, but that is not even close to relevant to the show. So
no, but Gabe, I saw that yesterday because I'm subscribed to PlayStation's YouTube channel, and so once they posted that, I was like, yes, I'm watching that. I'm stopping everything and watching it.
Dope.
It looks so cool, and I love that because they talk with a lot of people from Naughty Dog.
Nice.
And it's kind of cool to see their thought process. And some of these guys, when they're being interviewed, are just super introspective and very that you can tell they're really intense and passionate about this. So
Exactly.
It makes me more excited that this game's going to be incredible, because they had a whole segment about they were talking about, well, what do we do with this scene? And they were adding shading to the foliage, the dead foliage and stuff. And they're being really particular about all of their backgrounds and everything. And when you see that that's just a kind of a taste of how, I guess, perfectionist they're trying to be. That gets me more excited that this game is just going to look incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I
Definitely.
Can't wait.
I'm very excited about it, and I think I'm going to go be putting my pre-order in soon. So.
Yep, mine's done.
Rauter, do you have something?
We had talked about this last week or the week before about EA being the worst company to work with, and the consumerists just came out again with it, and EA is once again. They grabbed the top spot again.
Oh,
I cannot believe that. Still,
I can a little bit.
I mean, in the world, really, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just because they're internet people.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it beat out Bank of America, Ticketmaster, and Comcast. These are not big internet people.
Did you see? It also said that they did it. The consumers did it in kind of like a bracket style, and they said that any and all cable companies were in that bracket. It could be Comcast, it could be whatever, but any/all cable companies were part of it as well. God. And I find that hilarious.
Yeah, that sucks.
But come on, don't kick them while they're down. I mean, they just got rid of people, and
it's free press though, at least.
Yeah, it is. They'll take it.
Yeah, it's true.
They said no publicity is bad publicity.
Exactly. And
I guess unless you're the worst company in the world.
But this could be, they're in this restructuring phase, so this could be a challenge for them to be like, you know what, we may.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think they take it serious. I mean, it's worst company in America. And
I was gonna say, was that bracket on Reddit or something? Because if they did a bracket on Reddit, I could see that totally being EA is the worst.
I'd love to know what data they actually captured. Who
I think it's online voting, isn't it?
Was it?
That's what I'm figuring.
It'd be like asking fat people what's the best food in the world, and they all said Krispy Kreme. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, A, they would be right, but B, I love me some Krispy Kreme.
I know, I'm just saying, it's kind of a biased poll. I mean, they should have done
it's a very biased poll.
Yeah, it is.
They should have done a, God forbid, magazine, newspaper /
Yeah, be all-inclusive, not just people on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would still be slighted, I guess, though, because, nobody reads the paper, and nobody reads magazines.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, they're making me switch to the digital version of the Gamer magazine, and I'm mad.
Oh, from Best Buy?
Oh, yeah, they're not going to make the print one soon enough.
Welcome to the digital world, my friends. I already have it.
Yeah, I know. I'm mad.
I'm not. I'm loving it. It's great. My little PDF loads up.
back.
It's all interactive, and it's cool. I like watching it on my computer. It's fun.
I hate change.
I know.
Hall, did you have something else?
I did actually. That Injustice game. So
did you play the demo?
Yes. It is a fighting game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was a fighting game going into it. I knew it was a fighting game going into it.
Oh shoot!
That's good.
I just knew I like it or I don't like it was coming. I was not expecting the genre.
No,
it's a fighting game.
Hear me out. Did you guys ever? Gabe, did you play Marvel Ultimate Alliance?
Of course I did.
Why can't they make a DC game like that?
Because it's DC. They have to be different.
That's stupid. I'm sorry.
Hall is in fuego right now.
It's too heavy. It's too important on the graphics. It's not fun. It's not upbeat. It's not fast. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. What I'm saying is I really enjoyed Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I think that they should make a DC game like that, and I think more fans would latch on to that.
I agree.
I think that'd be awesome.
But you can't make the same game as Marvel.
Yeah, you can.
That's like having the same director direct Star Wars and Star Trek. Oh wait.
Oh
yeah, and how'd that turn out?
That's
Exactly,
happening.
great.
Yeah.
That's happening. We'll see how that turns out.
No, I'm just saying, like, they can take the same idea and improve upon it, especially because that game is really, like, Ultimate Alliance is like 6 years old.
Those games were fun, boy. Shoot.
Yeah.
All those, like, Capcom verse, were so fun.
Well, that was a fighting game.
Yes, thank you.
How long did you play the demo for?
Couple minutes. Just wanted to see what it was
That's
like.
That's what I
thought. But no, that's the thing. Like with those characters, man. Like, just to me, like I don't know. Maybe it's because they did the Mortal Kombat DC Universe game, and that was successful.
And that's why they went that way. Yeah.
Yeah, and that wasn't too bad actually. But I don't know. I mean,
I thought it was
guess
lacking personally.
Well, I can't speak for the community. Maybe the DC fans like really do want a fighting game, and this is the answer to that. But I'm just not interested.
Yeah,
yeah, we got some followers who are definitely interested in it. So,
I know we do. That's why I had to see it for myself.
Exactly. Just note, we are not bashing it. It's just not our style. If you love it, by all means, man, have at it. I can't wait. But that'll be the next thing that's coming soon. I'm curious to see how sales are of it.
Speaking of that, there's a new Batman coming out.
Yes.
Oh, did they announce that yesterday?
Yeah, Batman Arkham Oranges. Good Lord, what is my problem?
Batman Bananas.
Batman Arkham Oranges. Yes, oranges. Instead of
Arkham Oranges.
Gabe, I think you're going to wake somebody up over there.
Dude, I am going to lose my marbles in a second.
It's gonna be worth
instead of batarangs, you're throwing oranges at people. No, Batman Arkham Origins will be released October 25th.
And it's interesting because we're getting a lot of October release dates, and so that's got to be PS4 territory.
Yeah, it'll be on both.
But I'm just saying, like, since we don't have a release date yet for the PS4.
Yeah, but they said Christmas time, though, didn't they? Which could be anywhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But
well, they're not going to release it in December. I guarantee it'll be in November.
It's got to be November.
Thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look at that. That's October 25th, so that's late October. It could be.
Yeah, that's Christmas time. Nobody's like, hey, we're releasing this at Thanksgiving time. It's just Christmas time. Once you get to October,
basically anything between Halloween and Christmas is Christmas time now.
What do you give thanks for, Timmy? My PS4.
That's right.
Getting stuff. And what's interesting about this Arkham Oranges is that Rocksteady's not doing it this time. Who did the first two?
No.
Yes, WB Montreal.
Montreal. Oui. No, that goes with our French
theme. Why is Rocksteady not doing it? Are they working on something else?
I don't know. I didn't ask them. But
hey, they got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I think it's got the director of the first two, Sefton Hill. Maybe is how you say it. I'm bad with names, man. He said he's very confident in. They did the Arkham City Armored Edition, I think, for the Wii U. I think they did that one.
Okay.
So I know neither of you guys played that, but that's okay. But so anyway, that's Batman. XCOM. I was super excited about this. Is coming to the iOS.
That's going to be awesome.
Coming to the iPad and the iPhones.
It's going to be awesome.
And so I think I'm going to get that.
Somebody's home phone ringing?
Yep, that would be mine. It's probably a telemarketer or something.
Boy, they get up early, man.
Yeah, those jokers don't sleep, I don't think. Hey, so do you think XCOM will be good on iPad, Hall?
Yeah, it should be really good. Did you not play it on consoles?
I only played the demo, so I didn't get deep into it.
I still haven't played that.
It might be really fun on the iPad.
That's what I'm thinking now. With that announcement, it's coming out this summer. I'm thinking about waiting, like not getting it for the console and just get it for it's the PC port. So I don't know if that's much different than the PS3 one.
I doubt it because it looked to be the same game across all three platforms, and so many people said that they actually played it with a gamepad on their PC because it was made for a gamepad. It works really well.
Nice.
It's a good idea, Gabe. I think I might do that too because that's still a game I want to play, but
Exactly.
Because we've got all these other games going on.
Yeah, it could be really fun on iOS, especially because you know that it won't be like more than $10.
I hope not. And what's great about it? No microtransactions, they said.
Oh.
None. Jake Solomon, the designer, told IGN, he said he wouldn't be able to sleep at night and his food would taste like ashes in his mouth if they put microtransactions. I was like, sweet.
Wow.
Did he throw in there, oh, by the way, EA is the worst company in the world?
Right.
EA sucks.
Well, then if that's the case, then it may be a little bit more expensive than normal if they're not doing microtransactions.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be $15.
I could see it being $9.99. And that's because they don't want to be Square, and charge like $15.99 for a game.
I know the Square is ridiculous with that stuff. Gracious. Router, did you have anything else?
I do not.
Hall?
No.
Y'all hear about Ubisoft?
No. What happened?
Their Uplay thing, their little download games and have social interaction, got straight up hacked.
And that's why I never registered with Uplay.
Uplay got hacked. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that Ubisoft's thing?
Yes, it is.
So I guess some hackers found exploit where they were being able to download all the games for free.
Wow.
I was like, man, hackers are awesome. Like, I don't like what they do, but hackers are awesome. That's crazy.
I think that's amazing. Did you also hear, speaking of hackers, that Anonymous was hacking into North Korea's database?
What?
Yeah.
Like, how does that even happen?
I know. I feel like we've got I love Anonymous. I think what they're doing is pretty cool because it helps other companies with security as well. But these guys are they're like your tech army because they'll like go, if there's like trouble in the world, they're like, yeah, we'll go in and hack that. And apparently they got like thousands of database information on citizens, and I don't even remember what it was. I just remember seeing a story about it, and I should have looked into it more because that would have been interesting to talk about. But I know they went after North Korea and hacked into some of their servers, which I think is incredible.
That just doesn't even make sense.
And somehow they were able to download all of the Uplay games there as well.
Exactly.
I was just trying to tie it into the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
There you go.
Way to bring us back, Hall. Way to bring us back.
Just trying to steer this train somewhere.
Yeah.
We don't have a question of the week.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have tweeted that out to everybody. That was my bad.
Hall, can you just think of one?
I guess not.
Well, before we get up out of here, I do have a shout out. We have a place. We're in Nashville, as you guys know, and there's a place called The Score in Cool Springs, and it's a video game store, privately owned, mom and pop, if you would like. Anyway, they do a thing called ScoreCon, so it's kind of like a gamers thing here in Nashville. And so if you're around Nashville, April 27th and 28th, they'll be holding their ScoreCon 3 at the Drury Plaza, which is a new hotel off the McEwen exit. If nobody knows what that is. But I was like, I just wandered in there the other day with Ed, and we were talking to the guys in there. And they're like, hey, you should come to our ScoreCon thing. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll check it out. And I was like, what's going on there? He was like, well, you can check out the schedule online, but David Fennoy and Gavin Hammond will be there. And if you don't know those names, they are the voices of Lee and Kenny from the Walking Dead video game. They're going to be there and going to be talking with people. I thought that was awesome.
That's really cool.
And then Austin, man, I'm bad at names. Wintroy, Wintory. He's the soundtrack composer for Journey. So the Grammy nominated now.
Doesn't he live here?
I have no idea.
It wouldn't surprise me.
For some reason, either I read somewhere or it's just sticking in my head that he is actually from here.
We have to accept we're the Hollywood of the South. So
yeah,
that's
exactly.
True.
We've got all those guys.
We are Nash Vegas.
We are, baby.
Yep.
That's awesome. We gotta go.
ScoreCon 3, April 27th, 28th. We are gonna try to have representation there for our
Yeah, we need
listeners and everything like that. I think it'll be super fun. I think it's like $30 or something like that, or $40 or something. So for both days.
Checks in the mail. Done.
So if you want to find out more information about that, you can go to their website, scorecon3.com. It didn't work for me when I tried to go there.
No, it worked. No. It worked for me. That's not
a good sign.
Did it work? It worked for you, right?
Yeah, it worked for me.
Scorecon3, SCORECON.
That's a cool little flyer there.
.com.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
It's gonna be awesome, and so I want to go meet Lee.
They're also doing a Tennessee State Championship Halo 4 competition.
Wow!
Oh, I thought just the winner was gonna be there.
What's that?
I thought just the Super Smash Brothers and Halo 4 winners were gonna be there. Are they doing a thing?
Oh, I don't know. I just saw the banner that went through. I was like, oh man, Halo 4, and they're doing a couple LAN parties too.
Oh yeah.
LAN parties.
I love it. Let's get hot. Let's get sweaty with all the heat from the computers in a small room.
All the fans are going.
E-gaming. Gotta love it.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just said e-gaming. I mean esports.
Esports. Easy.
Same thing.
Take it easy.
We knew what you were talking about, Hall.
Somebody just bought somebody's esports to make it a lot bigger. I think it was Blizzard bought IGN's esports or something like that to really blow up the StarCraft thing. Anyway, I suck at that stuff, so I can't ever go to one of those competitions. I'm good enough to beat a game by myself at home.
Yeah, I'll
need
take
to be
the
around a bunch of
home.
other people.
Yeah. I don't want to embarrass myself with anybody else. Like, exactly. You're dead. Next.
All right, y'all ready to get up out of here?
Yes, sir.
Well, we appreciate you guys listening. We're married to the games. It's early in the morning, but we keeping it moving for y'all. Y'all keep listening to us. We're going to keep telling you about these games, this news, this entertainment. We love it. Video games, games in life. And we about this thing. Peace.